Hey everybody, how are you? And welcome to my channel. My name is GregRBaird, Greg, and welcome to my channel. And my first little volume of my vlog is called The World is Watching, kind of the story of my life. But I thought I would join the party with everybody else in creating a vlog and blogging and going live and everything, which I've done a little bit before, because I've done some filmmaking on the side, just very novice filmmaking. But I thought, well, I'm going to do this. Got to do it. So I think it's really important that I share my message and a lot of things that are going on in my life. So here we are. And by the way, this is my second attempt at filming this, part 2, because I keep forgetting about moving my cell phone, my camera, so it's landscape, and I didn't do that for the last video I did, and I'm rambling on for like 11 or 12 minutes. I'm like, oh, might be a good idea to stop this and do it the right way. So here I am. It's Monday, February 6th. I'm looking outside my window right now. The sun is out, which I can't believe. We've had a lot of gray skies for a long time here. It was sunny yesterday too, but it was very nice. But I get a little, I don't want to say, it's not sad, but it's just I get tired of the gray skies. I don't know if you're like me, but oh my goodness, the gray skies, there was like a 2-week stretch here, like I'm over it. I was almost contemplating buying one of those lights that you can buy that almost looks like that you would plant in a planter for the plants to grow. I need that, and it might work better. It might work up here, my thinning hair. Well, anyway, welcome to my channel. I'm very excited to do this. I hope you enjoyed the little intro I put together. And you're probably asking, well, Greg, what can I expect to see if I subscribe to your channel? Well, I am a global lecturer on LGBTQ+ civil rights, diversity, equity, inclusion. So with all of that said, I talk about a lot about anti-hate, anti-bullying, what's going on in our country, in our crazy upside down country, current issues, coming out issues, just things for all of us to be better human beings. And I think a lot of people learn that from my programs. I think one of the key things that I talk about is allyship, because if it's not for our allies being there with us and standing side by side, we wouldn't progress as far as we have in the LGBTQ+ movement forward. If you're hearing some rambling around, it's my neighbor upstairs. I don't know what they're doing. I have no idea. I don't know if they have a herd of cattle up there or what. So anyway. Yeah, apartment living. You gotta love it, don't you? Anywho. So my channel is going to offer a lot of different things. I'll share stories from my life, which I have quite a few. I have a long career of working with children and teens and college students and the general public. I have been speaking on LGBTQ+ rights for right around 29 years now. It all started in college. Never thought in my wildest dreams that I would be doing this kind of work. I'm grateful for it. I feel it's my legacy. But as I always tell everybody, for some reason people think I'm making $1 million or something. I'm like, no. When you're out trying to save the world, and especially socially, if you're working with people, you're not making a lot of money. So if you're in it for the money, you're in it for the wrong reasons. So I got into it because I feel I don't want any young person to go through what I went through as a young man. And again, I'll be sharing all that stuff as future vlogs go on. But it's been a hell of a ride, but my journey's been a good one. I've had some wonderful people in my life that love me, that I've inspired. I've worked at summer camps that have really molded me into the man that I am today. And I really feel my sense of humor has gotten me far. It's got me through some really difficult times, because if you can't laugh at yourself, You can't laugh at the rest of the world. You really can't. So here we are. So my channel, you're going to see some video I'm going to take from different events that I'm doing. I have an event going on the end of this month that I'm actually in person at the University of Cincinnati. So I'm going to take you with me on that trip, which will be really exciting because that's going to be a great lecture. I'm talking about anti-hate issues and allyship. I'm actually showing my 13-minute film called 2:02 a.m. about the Pulse nightclub shooting, and you can't find it on the internet. Sorry about that. I can't find it on YouTube. I only show it during my lecture programs because I want people to have dialogue and questions afterwards. I just don't want to throw something out on the internet and nobody has any resources or anything for people to chat about or ask, those kinds of things. So I have that film right smack dab in the middle of the lecture, and they're really excited to hear my program and to see my film, and I'm happy to be down there. And that's going to be on, gotta look at my calendar here, February 28th. So I'm down there in the evening. I'll put that information down below on all the listings of my social media and everything's like that. So so I'll take you on my travels, and I don't know if many of you knew this, but some of you do. I have a food seasoning line called GregRBaird Seasoning. I know. Like I need any other work to do, but that started, I want to say it's like maybe 7 or 8 years ago. It could be longer because I remember I gave my mother one of the first products that I made. It was a house seasoning, and she never used it. Go figure. I found it in the cupboard when she passed away. I was cleaning her house out, and there it was. I'm like, thanks, Mom. So it may have been a little bit longer, but I started using it myself, and I'll have encouragement from other folks, friends. They say, you should bottle that stuff up. And I'm like, I don't need any more work to do. None. And so I was stubborn about it, and then I finally did it. I started adding a few more things. I had some seasoning from a spice purveyor friend, sent me a bunch of seasoning, like a lot. So I started creating stuff and tasting it because I love to cook. Only sucks as a single man, I still cook for myself, but it's better to enjoy a meal and have a place at the table for other people. So my friends are very fortunate, I feel, when they come over, because I like to cook. And I know ones that really enjoy it. So I'm like, come on over, just bring a bottle of wine or something to share. So the seasoning, though, it's on a website listed below. And I have 12 different kinds of seasoning. And I've said, like, years ago, oh no, I'm not going to add any more. Not going to add any more seasoning. And what do? I add another one. So there's 12 now. Who knows? I doubt that I'm going to add another one. I do retire some from time to time. I have a Tex-Mex chili seasoning that I'll probably retire around June 1st and then bring it back in the fall. So it's kind of like, who does that? I'm a big candle fan. I remember Yankee Candle does this, what is it called? Oh, Holiday Sage. Have you ever had this candle or smelled it? It is amazing. Well, they retire this candle every now and then just to increase interest. So I could be like the Yankee Candle guy of the food seasoning business. Who knows? But it's just a little side job. I'm not making a lot of money from it, but it's just fun, and I enjoy it, and people enjoy it. There's no chemicals or anti-caking in it. So I'll be showing you that from time to time, hopefully doing some cooking videos in my small kitchen, which is that away. Yeah, you can see the microwave up here. So I'll be doing all sorts of things and talking. I'll be going live from time to time and hopefully interviewing a few people. I can get them on my vlog and talk about stuff. I do want to thank Nick from yesterday, from the Out of Fear gang. He interviewed me on a program yesterday, which was February 5th. And it was a great interview. We probably could have gone on for about another 20-30 minutes. But he's going to be part of a group that we're all social influencers that are gathering in Key West, Florida, the end of September. And it's from the Out Loud guys, John and Brian, who have set this all up. And it sounds like a great weekend. So I said, why not? I think I'm the only gay that's never been to Key West, so I am going. So there'll be a lot of people that I haven't met or I've only seen vlog or commented or things like that. So if you're one of those folks that are going, comment down below. I would like to know if you're going to be part of that whole crew. Yeah, I got a little list here that I got to check out. You know, my birthday's in a week, and I'm getting a little bit older. So this past weekend was pretty low key. By the way, my friends and I kind of hung out. I did a wine tasting. What else did I do? Had some great egg rolls. I go to this place out in the burbs in Arlington Heights. If you've never been there, you got to go. It's not an endorsement at all, but it's Cooper's Hawk Winery. Great wine tasting, but they have these egg rolls that I lose my mind over. So that was my meal of the day yesterday. Yeah, healthy meal. So next weekend, so my birthday's a week from today. Lucky 13. I always remember as a kid, my birthday was between Abraham Lincoln's birthday on the 12th and Valentine's Day. And if you dated me around Valentine's Day, it was a double whammy for me because I got a birthday gift or a meal or something, and then I got something really wonderful on Valentine's Day. So always loved it. And my grandma Baird, I still remember this. She used to make these heart-shaped cakes. She was a baker. She used to make these heart-shaped cakes with those little heart jellies on it. Do you know what I'm talking about? The little gummy ones that were kind of sugar-coated. She would put them on the cake, and I loved it. Or she made an incredible German chocolate cake, which is my favorite. Not a sweet eater, but that I just lose my mind over. Like I would bury my face in the chocolate cake. Well, anyway, next weekend, I'll try to do some video because I have friends taking me out. Everybody says, oh, don't talk to me about a birthday week or a birthday month or whatever. Well, you know what? When you get older, you're lucky to be alive. Knock on wood. So I'm blessed for it and happy for it. And I have some people taking care of me. So I don't know what they're doing. I have no idea. I know something's happening this Wednesday. Thursday, I think I'm going out to dinner. Friday is nothing. Saturday, Sunday, my best friend's got something planned. I'm surprised he hasn't spilled the beans on that yet, because he usually does. Of course, I'm going to watch the Super Bowl. I am not a football kind of guy, but I love the commercials. I do enjoy baseball, especially, seriously, I'm about 3 blocks from Wrigley Field. So when the Cubs play, I really enjoy that and following them. And I got turned on by that, being local to them, but also because of my best friend works part-time there, and he usually gets us a little something extra to go watch a game now and then, which is really cool. That's fun. And it always happens to me. I buy these shirts. You know, you can buy like the Cubs shirts, and then they put the player on the back. And so I thought, oh, I'm going to be kind of cool and buy the shirts and have the names on the back. So I had Bryant and who else was on the other one? Baez. Remember them that played for the Cubs? Yeah, I went and got the shirt because I thought it was really cool. Good looking guys. They were good players. And as soon as I got the shirts, about a month or 2 later, they got traded. Thank you, Chicago Cubs, for that. So anyway, I still wear them and they're wonderful, but yeah, it was just like, come on now. I just spent a lot of money for these shirts and you just trade these guys. So one thing I want to talk about, did anybody watch the Grammys last night? I haven't watched the Grammys in a long time. And you know, back in the day, I used to work on radio. I worked at a music store in Petoskey, Michigan for years. I was all about, the 80s were a jam for me. I was one of the people that loved disco music. Loved it. Loved 80s music. But I bought all these 12-inch singles and remixes. I still have them, music. And I still have an old iPod that I use. I still have a lot of old CDs, believe it or not, that I never use. And I still have cassette tapes and some albums, I think 45s from back in the day. But I was all about music. I always got really worked up and excited about the Grammys, and I haven't watched them in a long time. So I watched it last night, and I was so impressed how inclusive it was for the transgender and non-binary folks that were there in our community, and a shout out to everybody for thanks. You know, in a world where we're having a lot of hate crimes against the transgender community and other types of communities that we have, it's great to see a lot of positivity and reinforcement for that. And we got to keep doing that. And a lot of those shout outs were done by allies, and our allies are the people that stand by us and are for us. And I just think it was really amazing. I watched the whole show. And I thought it was wonderful. And people were on, my computer's over here. A lot of people on the internet this morning on Facebook I saw, and Instagram, are really excited about what they saw and thought it was really inclusive, and said they deserved awards across the board for such a great show. So it was great. And the whole rap music, I won't say dedication, but celebration of that was excellent, because some of that stuff I remember from back in the 80s was just wonderful. So anyway, that's what's going on. I got a busy week ahead. I have one lecture this week. I'm working on some marketing stuff, hence the video, which I hope you're enjoying. And I got to get my exercise and working out. You may not know this, but I try to do at least 10,000 steps a day. Last year, for 2022, I walked a total of 1,933 miles. And I figured that's further than from going from here, Chicago, to, let's say if I walked down to Key West. It's further than that. I would have to turn around and come back. So I go through a couple pairs of shoes a year, and I started doing this when the pandemic happened, when the gyms closed, and I was working out, and I thought, well, got to do something to keep myself fit. I lost 80 pounds in 2006, and it was one of the best things I could have done. And so now I try to keep myself healthy. We all have our downfalls. I'm more of a savory than sweet guy, so you know, I like my chips and salsa and pizza once in a while. I don't like the full feeling anymore. So I've gotten to that point where the food is an issue. It's not an issue. That was like my blanket, my little snuggly blanket that wasn't good for me. So anyway, I got to go out walking today to keep myself fit. I want to lose a little bit more weight, but I'm doing good on my journey. And if you're on a similar journey, well done. Good luck to you. I just think it's a blessing that I did for myself. One of the best things I ever did for myself is to lose the weight and keep exercising. So I don't know what we did back when I was younger. There was no gym. I guess we just let the kids or people go outside and run around or run track and football, baseball, all things that I did not do as a child in my small town. And by the way, I'm from a small town in the tag on that in Michigan called Emily City. And my adopted home is Petoskey, Michigan. So you can look that up. Everybody holds their hand up for Michigan, and they point to where it's at. Petoskey, Michigan, Emily City. Grew up in a very small town. So I'm looking at my minutes right now. So don't want to keep you too long, but I just want to introduce myself, let you know what's going on my vlog so we can chat. And I look forward to having you join me for this ride. It's going to be a good one. I'm happy to be here and share a lot. I got a lot of stuff to talk about, but we'll do some fun things, especially when the weather gets better. Some trips and things. I go over to Saugatuck, Douglas, Michigan, and Petoskey, and all over. So say hello, subscribe. Thanks for your support. Love you bunches, and I will talk to you soon. And remember, the world is watching. Take care.